So the feet, we want to do round little feet. I'm going to take my brush, actually not a comb, brush everything down and bring some of this hair between the toes. Grab my straight shear. So when I go between the toes, don't forget to comb over, because if you don't, you might end up with a little bit of a hole right on top of the foot between the toes. So just make sure. Now, I'm going to put my thumb on top of those beans and just get around between the toes. Now, I have this little tiny midget shear. I've had it for years. I don't know where they're from, but these I love for these little tiny toes. Now, you see how I'm supporting the knee right here with my fingers? Because when I touched her for the first time, her knees are loose, which means that joint is very loose. And if I pull this leg just a little bit out of her range of motion, we might take the knee out of the socket. Not because we are mean, but because her knee is completely loose. And it's a really common issue with little dogs like this, little breeds. And I'm just supporting this little knee with my finger right here. And she's moving and she's trying to get away from me, so I'm being extra careful here. All right, I'm gonna grab my little thinning shear and clean around with thinning shears. These are Nira detailers. So I know there's curve thinners out there. I have a pair I bought in England. I like them. But when you actually have small blender like this size 5.5 inches, I believe, you can do any kind of shape with them. So I can do a round foot, I can do a round face with straight blenders. So you don't have to have curves if you want, of course, but you don't have to when you have a small, short blade little blender. Good girl. Okay. Just go around and make it as neat as I possibly can and round. I like to do all 4 feet at the same time. My brain works that when I groom, I connect dots. So one dot is done here. Now I'm doing the bottom. Then my shoulder is done here. Then I'm going to do the bottom. And then I'm going to connect the 2 dots in somewhat of a fluffy, fuller legs. So I'm going to do all 4 right now. Come on, babes. Let me get a brush. And those little hairs around. I'm going to grab her by the elbow. Get a little bit more on the bottom. Again, the cleaner the bottom of the feet, the better. Then we'll put it down. And again, with the small pair of thinners, let's go around and clean it up. And I want it to be nice and soft, but also even and straight. Don't do this, little girl. All right, stop. Okay, now I'm gonna pick it up, comb to the sides, and make 2 parallel lines on one side and the other side to set my columns right on the bottom. I'm not doing Asian, I'm just doing the regular teddy bear trim with column legs. There we go. Setting it up. So, like I was saying, we could use small tooth chunkers on a coat like this. On the other drop coat, not so much. So on this coat, you could use both thinners / blenders and chunkers. On the other coat, I wouldn't use chunkers on anything. Just blenders, just thinners. Being very careful around the toes because she is moving. Trying to hold her still, but she is moving. Come on, get up. Good girl. Okay.